up, everybody? Decided to go a little spooky, little background. You guys can see it more. You saw, I guess you guys saw it on the top 5 if you tuned in. But the reason it looks weird because we're missing our 4th circle. He didn't want to join us this early for some reason, even though I sent him the link. Yeah, well, if Geekeasy is here, Eric's here, I'm here. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, got some cool books this week, and I figured, let's just show them off. I got 3 back issues plus a magazine that came out last week. Eric knows what that one is. And then I got 9 books. All right. Further ado, we'll get this going. Oh,
where is Waukesha in Wisconsin?
Waukesha?
Yeah, Waukesha.
That's the same place that the Grumpy Old Man was in, I think.
So Waukesha or Waukesha, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I've never heard Waukesha though. That was funny.
Well, I'm saying, not when your Republican mayor just endorsed Kamala.
Yeah. Well, Waukesha is a very liberal, rich area, a part of where I live. It's just about 20 minutes west of me, and they're the rich neighborhood. So they're always basically voting left, whatever.
So he's not really a Republican.
No, he's not Republican.
Just like Lisa Murkowski up here isn't.
No, I know that.
So yeah, that's where all the upper richity people live, and they work out in Milwaukee, but they live in Waukesha, New Berlin, Waukesha County, But I'll just say this though, outside of Milwaukee County, you can, there's a lot of stuff you can do more. You have more freedoms versus being in Milwaukee County, which is the liberal county, just like Madison. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that there's so many people coming out of the woodwork and saying, I'm voting for Kamala. Ding, ding, I don't care. I don't care who you're voting for. Quit announcing it. Just go vote, But like they think it's like a badge. It's like all you're doing is just okay, you just made the list.
Yeah, it's a badge. It's the one that says idiot.
No, it's the same people that come out and announce they're voting for Trump. You shouldn't need anybody else to tell you who to vote for, but getting an endorsement from a politician in theory should mean more than a celebrity because you like to believe they're a little bit more informed.
So I'm not surprised their mayor would do something like that. The big liberal parts of my state is Janesville, Milwaukee, and Madison. So I'm
happy when a Democrat endorses Trump. I'm not going to get it's disappointing when a Republican endorses Harris, but it goes both ways. Anyway, that's what And if that one pop star that used to be kind of nasty, if she ever went there, they would change to Waukesha for her. See what I did there?
Apparently, she's got a new song out or something like that. She's still making music. Props for her because she had to get out of her contract for the other guy who was apparently like controlling or abusing. I don't know, but whatever. We're not here to talk about Kesha. Or hanging out. Actually, her song, I think about it, hanging out with P. Diddy was actually one of her songs. Wasn't that TikTok?
Whoopsies.
Yeah.
That's how you get. That's why all of a sudden people who weren't voting for back in Kamala are all of a sudden back in Kamala now. They're on the Diddy list.
I think her song that says "Hitting Up the Club" is just like on P. Diddy. I'm like, I think that's the lyric. I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but if that is, that's hilarious. Now that I think about it. All right. Anyway, I got 9 books this week, so I'll get my 9 books going. And Jackson, what's up? Jay, what's up? What's up, Mark? And Brian and anyone else who's watching.
Jay, what are you 2 running for? I got to know what you're running for before I agree to put a sign up in my yard.
I thought he is running for Astrobots. Isn't that Jay's thing? Astrobots? The book that's finally coming out this week, the volume 1. So I thought that book was canceled. But apparently he says they're doing more.
What did it have? Did it have old tweets that they shouldn't have?
I don't know. Like Astrobots, remember that was last year? That was the big thing. Astrobots, you had it was the creator of the Transformers. But then Energon universe kicked off and I don't think anybody really even cares about it anymore, except for Jay. He's the only Astrobot fandom that I know of. But hey, that's all right. I'm still waiting for that Superman and the Lex Luthor book, the one that Mark Waid was doing, the one where Lex Luthor is dying and only Superman can save him.
That book has taken so long that it outlasted my Mark Waid boycott.
It did.
Now I can get the second issue if it ever does.
And then apparently there's another one coming out December. A book that's been waiting for. I forgot what it was. It was another. I think it's another Batman book. But anyway.
No.
Yeah. Right.
Another
yeah.
Batman book.
When it's been delayed.
Hey, did you see Bat's video today?
No, I did not. I'm not subscribed.
Yeah. Oh, you should, because I said he's
I unsubscribed.
He's like the new day of YouTubers now. He's the power of positivity.
I probably will resub. I unsub from a lot of people just because I had too many people I subscribed to that I wasn't even watching their videos.
Yeah. But yeah, he was very praising the Zdarsky run, but he actually presented it as a case, and it, I can see where he liked it. And even he said the Catwoman storyline with the whatever that was, he goes, I can see why people didn't like that one. But
the Penguins and the children and all that stuff, the backup story. My thing was that you basically just did. Remember when Batman was displaced through time? This Batman gets killed by a failsafe. Sorry, spoilers if you really care about it, but I had to suffer through it. So failsafe happens, Batman created this robot, and just in case to take down the Justice League. It's basically Tower of Babel retold through a robot, and the robot takes out the Justice League, and Batman finally gets hunted and zapped down after he crash landed through into the Earth's atmosphere using his jock strap as a face shield, and gets zapped by this robot. He's not dead. He's in a different dimension where Bruce Wayne never became Batman and Bruce Wayne was murdered. So now he has to re-become Batman, like Zero Year, he has to create the suit and everything with the help of this world's Alfred. And he literally ends up getting his hand cut off. So, and that permanently became a thing. When he came back, he had a robotic hand. And I was like, I don't want freaking Luke Skywalker with a robot hand. That's stupid.
Yeah, I think they retconned that now.
Oh, I'm sure they probably will but then again, they make so much stupid mistakes at DC and Marvel that they don't retcon the retcons. The only time I've ever seen a retcon be retconned, or actually a good retcon, is actually Nick Spencer, Original Sins. Does not exist. It's gone. But unfortunately, we saw what happened to that. Zeb Wells, what he did to that book.
Well, as I said, it's nice that Jared, and I can call him that because he calls himself that in his videos now, can get.
Oh, I think about Zeb Wells, Jared.
No, they can enjoy comics that maybe the rest of us don't.
So my problem is the hand thing. After that, though, apparently that became the basis for Absolute Power. Amanda Waller got hold of that robot because this alternate personality, whatever was inside Batman's mind, downloaded itself into the failsafe body, and became like the evil Batman. And he teamed up with Amanda Waller, and I was just like, you can see where I'm going with this. It just got to the point where it was just crappy. Hey, Jay. Hey, Android. Just that character by alone. You just focus on the hands dialogue. It's better than anything they've been doing with Chip Zdarsky's Batman. I'm sorry.
That's why I stopped getting it.
Yeah. So,
well, I said I'm reading 4 bad titles, and none of them are Batman or Detective. I don't know what that says.
Tom Taylor this week is on Detective. Did not read it. Dan Waters took over Nightwing. Flipped through it. His sister's in there. I immediately just closed the book.
Who? Batman has a sister? Oh.
No, Nightwing has a sister, and I don't care about that. I don't want to read about his sister. I don't even acknowledge exists.
And she's married to Brittany Griner.
Yeah. Who is or isn't? You decide. All right. So anyway, my number 9 for this week is Chitara from Thundercats. Nice little story here. I get to see the first team up of the Thundercats against an invasion by the mutants. For those who are wondering what this is the prequel series to the actual Thundercats. Doesn't really change much, but I mean, it's the art's okay. It's not the best, but I've actually been kind of liking it. This is Declan Shalvey, the guy who's writing Terminator new series, and I gotta say, I mean, he might be what his politics are. I mean, if they're far left, he doesn't really put it into the book, which I'm glad. But you get to see more of Lionel's father, and then the formation of Chitara and Tigra. Actually, their relationships starting to become more than just being friends. Pantho as a young teenager, and how he's basically becoming more and more like his older self in the actual anime, or not the anime, but the cartoon. Sorry, I'm watching too much anime. You also get to see young Lionel before he becomes a Thundercat leader, and it does wrap in. It does tie into the actual series. So now, if you're not a Thundercat fan because you're only furries, I can understand that. But I grew up watching the Thundercat cartoon back in the day, so yep, they do sleep together in this. So, but overall, like I said, it's actually been an interesting book. And then John Cassaday tribute in the back here too as well. So, and Space Ghost is apparently getting another one, or is that it's a David Propose and Jonathan Lau are going to be taking up the new Grudge match, or issue 8. Is that the one you've been reading? Space Ghost?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was David Propose. Okay, I thought it was somebody else.
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised. I like, because I've always, what little I've read of him has been rather pedestrian, and this is fantastic.
Yeah. So then they get advertising for the new story arc. So actually, I've been liking it. So I'll get to name my first grade reading group the Thundercats, so I get it. Who sleeps together in Thundercats? Tigra and Chitara.
But unless
it's not the Tiger from Marvel.
Unless she steps out on him, then she's Chitaring on
Chitara.
Tigra.
Yeah. All right. Number 8 this week is Conan the Barbarian. A lot of great issues this week. So I mean, I'm just some are slightly above the other ones. This wasn't in any words bad at all. But from the last issue, Conan and his basically had met the Frost Giants, King of the Frost Giants, Ymir, and met his daughter. And he's enchanted by her. So this is him basically dealing with the aftermath, and also deals with him basically as far as doing flashbacks to him as childhood. He'd been doing that with his dad, teaching about Crom and how Conan is like, I don't believe in Crom. I can't see him. God, I can't touch, see. It's kind of like as you go through this issue, it feels like the writer, Jim Zub, is taking it from the actual movie. Do you remember when Arnold said it's like screw you, Crown, give me my vengeance, or screw you, whatever, So it's basically Conan has to deal with this guy getting revenge on him from the very first arc because when he was younger. Like I say, this is a past story. This isn't a modern one. Well, I guess they're all in the past, right? Really, but this is a younger Conan dealing with story basically when he became a man. It was a story of becoming a man. He went out and killed a bear by himself, and these guys tried to steal his food, and he defended himself. So this guy brings him into his clan, and because he's been wandering, he's like, we'll take care of you. So after he fought their war for them, he was the last survivor. Ymir's daughter, basically Frost Giant, took fascination with him, but then she got too close because she almost got the icy hots for him. That was an ice pun, but anyway. So she flees. He kills 2 Frost Giants. So this is doing the aftermath. Now those guys are humiliated. are gonna try to take advantage of that, and just you get. So if you're not a fan of like, I'd say like, because Arrow did this too. You go like all of a sudden you're like thrown in the past, but then you're like back in the future. Like I know some people don't like that, but that's kind of what this book is. You get a few pages in the present, and then more when he's like a small child. Conan ends up like basically the guy attacks him, sucker punches him, hit him in the back, and he just basically finger to the eye, and just like, yeah, and then he chops his head off.
Looks like a Xena, that woman, a little bit like Xena.
You got some weird fantasies, bro.
I didn't say I had fantasies. I just said that looked like Xena.
No, unless you're saying Xena's managed nowadays, she might be, but. He basically chops the guy's head off, and then he ends up leaving the group because the guy's like, "Well, you killed him. You can't come back to it. Can't come back to our group now." And so he leaves. And then because it's a story of basically of Conan when he's the flashback it's a flashback story with a flashback in it, if it makes that sense. The younger Conan with his father says, his father's a black man, says. I don't really believe in crime either, but the idea of it gives me strength, to move on after your mother died. His mother died giving birth to him. So Conan basically presses on. He's like, I know what I saw. I'm going after this bitch because he knows he's not crazy. And it ends with him basically like, come across, yeah. Temple here, and it's a Finn. So that's the end of this story arc. Issue 17 is going to start a new one, but that's why I got the Frost Giant covers. Where's daughter? That is issue number 8. All right, 7 is Babs. This is your Xena, Red Sonja book. Talking sword. Girl who basically does like it's a fun starts doing dude shoots an arrow at her. She ends up pretty much kicking their asses easily, and you get to learn more about this character through the orcs because they basically are like I said, it's a very satirical book. The orcs who are basically hate this bitch. They hate the main character. Decided they're going to work with the Templar Knights and like, hey, we got this whole library on, it's like, we can help you hunt down like their kind pretty much. Like, they're giving up, they're traitors to their own kind. And if you and the guy's like, well, how do you learn about all this? Well, it's like, well, it's, we hear things and we write it down, and some of it's true, some of it's not, but it's up to you to decide. And then meanwhile, she goes back, she's interrogating the guy. Took the arrow up his nose. She wants to know. It's like, basically where the dwarves are because she went to go see these dwarves, and she was gonna rob them herself because they have a silver mine, and she finds out they're all gone along with the silver. So she's trying to track them down, and as she's talking to her sword, the guy runs away, and then he trips over a rock, and then the arrow goes through his face. So, and then so. Through the orc guys, you get to learn more because there's all these different like hearsay stories about main character Babs and how she did this, she did that, and so like I said, very satirical story. Garth Ennis, it is a fun read. So if you guys like want some Red Sonja, but you want comedy and you want some more like fantasy stuff, Garth Ennis is doing this. This is Jason Burrows doing the art. We just the other book that was by Jason Burrows, Garth Ennis, was the Punisher book that Eric and I just finished last week. I think it was. So fun book. Number 6, Turtles, part 2 of their little Halloween story. With the help of the mummy, they're able to defeat the evil like Croc super dog Croc genius, who basically has a wand. He can make any inanimate object come alive. So they take them out. So the one place where there's nothing but living things is Central Park, and then they defeat them that way. But yeah, so and and ends up with a happy ending for the Mummy, because that's what's all zany about this universe. Normally, it'd be like the Mummy. Well, people, I'm a monster. I can't. I gotta hide. Instead, they make a deal with the museum. He's like, he goes on the museum and he tells a story. Because he loves being around. He's a people person. So, like I said, for a kid's book, it's pretty cool. And then he talks to Ratcatcher at the end. So, prison. So. And then preview for this next week is Crane going after gold, money, and following up. And that's another thing too about these. These aren't just like one and dones. Like the previous story arc had a villain that basically was kind of dressed like Crockett from Miami Vice. So now that's coming. Now they're going back to that story arc because Crank's teaming up. Apparently, going to team up with him too. Apparently. All right. So number 5 this week is Void Rebels. Kind of one and done issue. This I didn't like it though. Anyway, what's up, Jamin D? What's up? Basically, yeah, it's if you're not a fan of Chroma Law, you're probably not gonna like this because this time, that's what they're going with for G.I. Joe. And some nice artwork on this. And this is Lorenzo Di Felici doing the art on the interior. But basically, it's a story about he sends his Princess Python over, like they'll go to space to track down the signal at the end of the Energon stuff. And she ends up on the Void rival planet, that they're on. Meanwhile, they send, I think her name was, is it Zerta? I think they sent her down. Basically, she's gonna go explore further down in the underground, like secret, tunnel, whatever, that where they found Springer. Springer, he said he was too dense for him. He couldn't get through. So she's going to climb down and to get to learn more because she's using Handroid. Handroid says confirms your body is feeding off the Energon. So that's why you're not getting tired because Energon keeps your nutrients high. Confirming more that they are tied to Energon more than they thought so in the first place. And then you got more of the Skull X guy making more stuff with him. What's really cool about this is that you get a lot more. You get Springer here too. Springer, he's driving his car, turns into the helicopter. Makes me really appreciate the Transformer toys back in the day. I don't know if Springer actually did that in the original toy line, but the main guy ends up going home, seeing his father, and his father says, "Like you fool, Unity is going to be the end of our civilization, demise. You cannot do Unity." And his father basically tells him the truth, or at least reveals to him that Unity is not the way forward. You think it is. They get an argument, and then we see in the guy from Zerta's planet pretty much is joining the cult of the light. So. And where they teach that Unity is not the end, but it's actually a good thing. So it sounds like they have there's two warring clans. I guess I'm not gonna be thinking one's gonna want to do Unity now, one doesn't want Unity. So it's kind of continuing, but the players are changing as far as sides. So, like I said, interesting issue. You get the and always you get the J. Joe kind of preview in the back. Where Baroness, you have Stryker, then you have Rock and Roll, and Cover Girl and Duke are on a team. So, interesting lineup to see exactly what's going to go on with that. But that comes out November 13th. So, I actually might pick it up. I'm not a fan of the Larry Hamas one, Real American Hero, but I don't know. I like this kind of one with Duke. All right. Number 4 for this week is Hack and Slash body bags. Really well done. Brain, I don't know about you, but I felt like I was reading the original Hack Slash.
Yeah, I've never read Body Bags, but it seemed like it was probably done, not long after Hack Slash. Maybe I cash in on some of that because obviously they are. I mean, that big guy is her Vlad, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. That book was a lot of fun.
And just like you run it, there's cyborgs, people and stuff, and just yeah. Actually, like I said, the art is actually pretty done well in this. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this. Well, now there's got a cop element in here who's been hunting down Vlad and Cassie for a while because between the two of them they have over like 50 different like murders.
Mm-hmm.
But the cops don't realize they're killing serial killers. But we're gonna have Vlad versus this big dude. That's gonna be an epic fight. I like that. And then we got this violator guy. So it looks like Cassie, because basically the guy is the big dude, the smiley face. He sent his daughter to like this school where they're gonna teaching people, I guess, for criminals or whatever, teaching them how to work together, split the reward stuff. And so Cassie goes sneak in, and the door shuts behind her because they're all in a lock-in now. So now Cassie's stuck in this crazy assassin school. And then advertising for actually more to get the whole story. So, like I said, pretty decent issue. There is no hint of any lesbianism in this whatsoever. All I saw was basically the bad girl, who's basically like Cassie, was pining after hot guys. And then Cassie pretty much was just being her normal self.
Yeah, I don't care if they show a couple girls kissing or something. I just making hack slash lesbian fanfic did not work, and it obviously they've learned from that.
Number 3, Frankenstein. Pretty much gives you a little different twist on the story of where the main, I forget what his name was, the doctor gets killed. I know I watched the movie like about 2 weeks ago. But Henry, the guy who was helping him out, his professor, the guy, he ends up getting killed. And by the monster. Basically, recap of the movie. Yeah, the guy gets killed, and you just saw in the movie, and then they go to have the wedding the next day. Henry comes home, and his wife, he locks his fiance in this room. And then the monster shows up, and she basically recognizes who it is because in the beginning, it's called Heart of a Lover, which is really cool. Frankenstein, I think might be 5 issues. I'm not sure. But there was she was waiting for this. Is the show in the beginning here? Where's part? So basically, she had been waiting for Victor, or not Victor, but Henry to come back. And she met this guy, and this guy is basically her friend. He's like, "Hey, should I confess your love?" And she's like, "Dude, I'm betrothed to Henry. Go away." That dude ends up getting murdered by the main bad guy in the very first issue, who they got the brain from. And yeah, it shows you the recap of the movie, monster. Fritz is dead, although Fritz doesn't have a hunchback like he normally did. And then here's the Dr. J's like, "Don't worry, we'll attack him with the hypodermic needle, and she, gets needle in there, but only after Frankenstein gets choked." So basically, get a small recap of the actual movie, get more stuff with Henry's father, Elizabeth basically brought the small kid back home and says, like, "Don't worry, we'll take care of you," because he was a stowaway on her carriage when they're leaving the castle. But like I said, here's the monster waking up. It's like I said, it's really done well. And then because the Henry's father is such a freaking asshole, it says, it's like, "Oh, we're gonna send you to the orphanage. Get out of here, boy. We're in no charity home for you." Even though Elizabeth said he could stay there, he's like, "Well," she's like, "Elizabeth is not my daughter yet. She's not a Frankenstein or a Christine, so she has no say." But then, like you said, she basically has, I don't know if she has a heart attack, but she faints because the monster comes into her room. And then in the movie, we had no idea. I don't know if she fainted, but now it makes more sense because the guy who loved her was murdered, and his heart is in Frankenstein. and he recognizes her, and she recognizes, oh my gosh, and that's why she faints, and that's how they leave it like that. So like I said, actually really done well.
Yeah, I think it will be 4 because they're pretty far into the
movie.
Yeah. The progression.
Well, the next, because they already said the monster was the lamb, but they didn't show Frankenstein's monster with the little girl.
No, but that probably won't.
No, maybe they will,
because they've taken some license with the original story, obviously, with what they've done.
My only thing is maybe they will say that they will find the villager coming out.
Because in the movie, that was long before he encountered her, Elizabeth. So that would have already happened.
Yeah. Alrighty. Number 2 is Self-Help. Very, very fun book. Leaves it on to be continued, so I'm really excited to see where this is going to go. What we thought was going to happen does not happen in this book.
Nope.
Instead, somebody else from his past recognizes him on TV, and just a lot of different moving parts. I'll just say you guys can just check this out and read it yourselves. So,
yeah, the walls are definitely closing in.
Yeah. But number 1 is Rook Exodus. This isn't cover A. I think this is cover C. Yeah, cover C. So, but we finally get to learn more about the World Engine, who created it, and all stuff. We learn that Werewolf's father is the one who created the World Engine, but he's gone mad for some reason. He's crazy. He's not all there, and he's wandering around with one of the helmets. We get to see pretty much just a lot of carnage. If that doesn't entice you to read it, I don't know what will. Like, that is cool. So the main guy is in here. He's in it, and we learn that he doesn't need the helmet anymore to communicate with the crows. The crows help him. The crows actually blind. They're helping him take down the vehicles by basically creating like a. They're blocking out the vision, cause these guys to crash. And then Dire Wolf has been taken prisoner by the bear guy, because he basically wants to know where father is, and she's like, he's not my father anymore. So, and you just see him. He just shows up and just starts attacking him, and he takes down the big guy. A lot of cool fight scenes in here. So like I said, Rook has been fun. I said, like, it's probably one of my favorite ongoing Jeff Johns story, other than maybe Junkyard Joe. And I do like Redcoat, though. But screw Absolute Batman. Look at the size of that thing. And yeah, so the preview for is at basically all the Wardens are online, and here's her father. He's wandering like a mindless savage. So I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen with that. What's up, Zach?
Yo. Is he done spoiling the book?
Because you haven't read anything, have you?
I have not read anything. No,
well, I just did. That was on my new books. You can watch it back in 30 minutes if you want to.
Oh, I don't want to spoil it for myself, so I'll wait till I'll check back tomorrow.
Featuring original Warren artists and writers. Like I said, this is from last week's, but I got it this week. So I don't know why it came out later, but for me, it always happens that way. Breen gets a book early, or I get a book early.
Or I'm still waiting for the Salem book.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. We got 3 back issues this week. So
nice.
I figured, why not? And then I saw this one too.
Ooh, that's a great story.
Like I said, whenever I can find Miss Marvel and Spider-Man in the story together, I need to throw in the Super Scroll.
They should be a couple.
It's Claremont Byrne.
And they're on the Elizabeth Queen, or Queen Elizabeth is the second. Yeah. Wasn't that a name of
I thought that was a ship, wasn't it?
It was
Cruise
Queen Elizabeth
vessel?
was a ship. Yeah, also.
Yeah. And then I saw this. Now I gotta find the other ones through Dark Horse. So.
What number is that?
This is number the third issue.
That explains it. I have 1 and 2. That didn't look familiar.
You want to make trade?
Make trade?
Yep. Final act. And look at that NRA stamp on there. So, and these were wraparound covers too, which is nice about that. It doesn't actually have a back cover. It's pretty nice. Well, it's actually not a. Well, I guess is that a wraparound cover? Or is that a normal cover? This is a back cover. That's all it is. So.
Ooh, that's I believe that's Rondo Hatton. Not the artist, the person.
Yeah.
The profile. It looks a little bit like Rondo Hatton.
Yeah. Dave Stevens did all. Yeah. So. This is the interior art.
Moran, you know the hoi polloi are the common folk, right?
So, actually, it looks really cool. Like I said, I was looking through this before. There you go. Here's your pinup arts. That is by Geeky. Yeah. There you go, Zach.
Pin ups.
I mean, I've read this story before. It's a really fun story.
There you go.
But
no, it's not the hoi polloi, the hoity-toity.
The hoity-toity?
Yes, the hoity-toity.
The hoity-toity saw a putty tat.
Sailed on the QE2.
Yep. And then here's Ruby. Her name was Ruby. Like I said, I've read this online before, and now I'm just collecting the issues.
You know how I learned the hoi polloi were the common folk? From the Thin Man movie.
Oh,
hey, that's a great movie.
Because I always thought something as snooty sounding as hoi polloi would have been like the upper crust. So I looked it up and said, "Wow, I didn't get that right."
You know who was in the Thin Man movie?
I know James Stewart was the killer in the second one.
He was, but you know who was like? He wasn't the chief of police, but he was like a bigwig with the police. Fred Mertz from I Love Lucy.
Yeah, Edward Brophy was in the first one. They kind of reminded me of him actually. Just those
good.
Those just guys that could just they were either gonna be cops or thugs. They're never anything else.
Exactly. Man, I gotta go watch those movies again now. Myrna Loy.
Pretty sure that was actually
what a dish, huh?
What a dish! What a dame! What a dime!
And those getaway sticks now. Okay, trivia, Zach. What gangster was killed over his fondness for Myrna Loy?
Ooh.
Yep.
I know it wasn't Al Capone.
So, Marani, this is 1995 Dave Stevens art. So I don't really call it modern.
But every bit as famous as Al Capone.
Oh, man, I'm going to feel like a fool then because I have no idea.
John Dillinger.
Really?
Yeah.
Dillinger.
Do you know he's from? Wisconsin.
He had a thing for her, and every cop in the world was looking for him, but that didn't stop him from trying to sneak out to see Manhattan Melodrama, and the cops were waiting for him.
Oh wow, that's hilarious. Tragic for him, but
yep. And to quote Steve Inman, he took the lettuce and medicine.
Yeah,
lettucillin.
I really do like that movie, Public Enemies, with Johnny Depp playing Dillinger.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that's the one. Public Enemies, yeah.
Yeah. Not Superman, Batman, Public Enemies.
I prefer Public Enemy with James Cagney.
That was actually, I think that was one of Johnny Depp's best roles, just because it wasn't that eccentric.
Isn't that a rap group, Public Enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, who wants to go next?
Jeff, do you want to go next so you can get some sleep for your job?
I didn't even know Jeff was
here.
You've
never sounded better.
You didn't know Jeff was here?
I didn't hear anything. Normally he cracks a joke or two at me. I was like, oh, he must be gone or sick or something.
Or muted.
Or muted. That could be it too.
Let's see how long it takes me to figure it out.
Yeah. You're muted. We have no sound from you. You're muted.
Your microphone is not coming through.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, there he is.
I have no idea. My thing here says I had the mute button that wasn't. I had it muted.
So yeah. Don't feel bad. Every time I get onto StreamYard, it goes to my other microphone instead of the one I'm using now.
The one here had it muted, and it was. But,
yeah.
So, anyway, I hadn't been making any comments anyway. I was just trying to be, polite and stuff. I never said anything when you came in. So.
I'm kind of bummed out now. I was hoping for new See, I'm charging people $10 a pop for the Zach jokes now.
I was trying to be, do something different.
Well, you saved yourself $10. So.
Yes.
Wait, all new, all different? Oh, great.
Yo, if you're gonna start doing that, that was horrible. I gotta change from all new, all different. All right.
So, all different, all new.
Yes. All right.
Different.
So,
old but different.
Hello, Darkness. I don't know why I didn't like the first one, and it was in my pull box, and I just grabbed it. It was horrible.
You like the cover, pinup cover. That's why you got it.
Probably, but it was bad. Okay, then I decided to get this, the Green Lantern Dark #1 in Elseworld.
Is this still light out by you? Holy crap!
Me? Yeah, it's only 5:47.
Wow, that blows my mind. It's like pitch black here.
It starts getting dark around like 6:30 now. So, by the end of the year, it's going to be dark at this point. It gets dark around like 4:30. But yeah, it's only 5:47 right now.
I'm looking like, where's the light coming from?
It's close to sunset right now. But this was not good. They're trying to be, all the superheroes had died fighting something, and this Green Lantern is the only one left, and she's fighting Solomon. I think it's Solomon Grundy and his
Born
bad
on
guys.
a Monday.
Yep.
Oh, this is a Dark Lantern story. Okay, you're doing well then.
Yeah, who is that? It's not. They weren't.
I didn't recognize the name. Creative team's on it, so I kind of passed on it too.
Yeah, I should have passed, especially considering that it was $6. But then this Headless Horseman one shot.
Nice.
That's
a decent art. I flipped through that, but that's
I haven't.
The guy who does the Late Night with the Devil, or Late Night Interview with the Devil, like he's supposed to have a story in there.
Josh Maine or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He did the first one, which was pretty good.
Which one had the best art?
Yeah, and I read that one, and it was pretty good, but I haven't read the other ones because the next one has this, and I'll have to read it later.
I saw that as a manga thing, like art.
Yeah, and
that's pretty cool looking, actually. I kind of dig that.
I don't hate manga, but it's just like if you're not expecting manga, it's like, whoa, where'd this come from?
Yeah. And I'm gonna read the other ones later, just because but that first one was really good. He's actually done 2 stories in the books that I've read this week. But then I decided I fell victim because I liked the Absolute Batman. I do not like this one. This was absolutely horrible.
My favorite part was yeet.
They put yeet in it.
Where she's a baby and she throws the little lizard guy and it goes.
It's a baby. What do you expect? Babies say words.
No, it was a sound effect. It wasn't her saying it though. But still, I don't want yeet in Greek mythology. Okay.
I love yeet. Yeet away.
Yeet yourself off the stream.
You would love WWE then.
See, RBV and I are talking about an entirely different yeet than you are.
Well, no, it actually came from that, from the I don't think I think it existed before that.
No, that became his catchphrase.
Yes,
and then he got a cease and desist, and WWE fought to get the rights to it, and now one of the wrestlers, all he does is say yeet, and the crowd goes yeet.
Well, he has to keep saying, otherwise he loses the right to it, right?
And then yeet, 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 and then then a bunch of Samoans come out and beat everybody up, and WWE fans go cinema.
Yes. And then they say to the window.
Breen saying cinema is the vibe that I aspire to.
So then I picked up this book, and I was really, really, really looking forward to it because the first 2 were so good, and I was expecting the third one to be so good. It was Stand Still.
Okay.
And I have a little marker in here for a reason. I got this far. Yes. Yes. And there's nothing being said in this picture. But it's what is being said in this picture that made me stop. I don't know if you can see what it says.
Make America Great Again. So the villain.
No, Make America what?
Oh, gay again. Oh.
Yeah. So one picture. I will never get anything by this guy again. I mean, it's just all he has to do is just.
Who's the writer?
Lee Luffridge, I think they said.
Lee Luffridge.
Yeah. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think he's writing something. Yeah, he's starting to get a lot of work. Well, but
that's through what? Image?
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed the first 2. If he hadn't put that one thing in there, because it's just all he had to do was not do that, and I would have bought in the rest of his stuff, and it was good. I just stopped reading right there.
Well, but he achieved his objective, because you're not the kind of person he wants reading his books, because comics sell so well they can discriminate.
Yes,
right. The point where they lose so much money that they probably are like, oh shit.
Well, obviously they keep doing stuff like that because it works so well for them.
Because, it's like I said, they're kind of turning around now a little bit more because they're running out of money.
Yeah, some people just going to be late to the party, apparently.
Yes.
All right.
So I don't even know what number I'm on.
Late to the party? Wait, were we talking about me?
You are the party, from what I hear.
I'm always late though.
He's a single party.
I can't be the party,
right? Yeah.
And then DC Horror.
Oh, you got it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm curious about that. That's interesting.
There was 2 stories in it.
Just 2, or 2 that were good?
No, 2. Just 2. Dollhouse in Love You to Pieces. I have no idea who Dollhouse is.
That was a Joe Hill book, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this is a person.
Oh.
I guess is there a character by the name of Dollmaster or something like that? He's a Batman hero?
That'd be Doll Governor, but no, I don't know.
So actually, David Desmachelin has a story in this too as well.
Oh yeah, that actor. He did the new Creature Commando book too, I think.
Yeah, this might be the one that he did.
I thought he did the other one.
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. The other one was a Wonder Woman one, and that was no. This is back. Let's see who wrote that one.
Yeah, he is. Did Count
Crowley? No, he wrote love you to pieces.
He's also doing Knights vs. Samurai, DC Represents, then Count Crowley, he did that last year.
Count Crowley is a great, there's like been 3 or 4 of them. They're really fantastic. I recommend them highly. But the first one isn't bad. It's that's the one he wrote. It's about a woman. She has that like a little dummy, or a person, and he falls out of jumps out of the window, and she takes the body to, I guess, her dad or somebody, and he puts a new.
Oh, you're thinking of Dollmaker.
Yeah, Dollmaker. Okay.
That was a DC villain. He turned women into dolls.
Yeah, and then he puts a new brain into it or something like that, and gets the guy so she's back. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. But then they have a Wonder Woman story, not the new Wonder Woman, but the regular.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Writer,
that's scary enough. Tom King.
So this writer is Swanthula Boulette.
Looks like a question. So you've got what's her name? Who's Wonder
Woman? Morton and looks like 2 twins, drag queens wrote it.
Oh yeah, the Boulet brothers or something like that. Goulet brothers.
Yep.
Wonder Woman's mother is dead, and I guess she comes back as a zombie, and they have to put her down. It was not good.
It shows lists as Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl, Don Troy, Circe, and Hippolyta.
Hippolyta, yeah. And then
Hippolyta?
I call her Hippolyta because I like it.
Now, I've just kind of
uncultured, Vinkman. Uncultured.
She's probably gonna be played by Lizzo. Be Hippolyta, right?
Is AEW trying
a lot of hippo?
Is AEW trying to do a
at least one less now?
Yeah, they are. They have a deal with DC right now, and they actually. What's weird about this is they actually have been advertising DC comic books.
I've seen that on television. Yeah, they actually are advertising DC Comics. Yeah.
Whether you like ED or not, it's smart for DC to get somebody to advertise their comic books, their company on TV. Did problem is that kids watch streaming, though.
Did AEW think that Dr. Isaac Yankem, DDW, was a good idea?
Are you talking about the Britt Baker story in the back there?
The female...
Yeah, Britzberger, yeah.
Yeah. Did they think that was a good idea that they decided to do it again and make her a woman?
I think these are basically being written by Steve Orlando.
Well, for one thing, that woman is a real dentist.
Yeah, in real life.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's her side job.
It's not just a rip-off of...
Wrestling is her side job.
No, that was... that was... She built that into a wrestling character.
Okay.
Yep. So she has her own practice and everything she does. It's just that so she wrestles on the side.
So if she accidentally messes up somebody's teeth while she's
wrestling. Her actual move is she actually puts a glove on, and then she puts her fingers into the person's mouth, and then
that's kind of like a mandible claw, then sort of
like that. Yeah, they worked it into it. It's because she's a dentist, so she puts the glove on. And now she's going to do the move.
Well, then there's also you also get a dentist, someone doing another glove. That's
not a dentist. That's a proctologist. Yeah. No, because she basically does like a Cripper crossface. If you know what that is.
Want to go into that hole.
Yeah. The Chris Benoit hold, but she's putting the mouth. That she's ranking the fingers and pulling the mouth open. Yeah.
Then this is where it starts getting good. I started this but didn't finish it. I'm really liking this so far, but I didn't finish it just because I'm, Wednesday I buy the stuff, then I have to get to bed by about 3 or 4 o'clock so I can get to work, and then I try and read some of them today. So I didn't get this all done, but I'm liking this.
Hey, I guarantee you read more than me.
Okay, so this is 6 left. So this is number 6. This is mid. Not great. Not nowhere near the Byrne one. Nowhere near as the Ewing run. but it's better than Starship Hulk. So, which
nothing's gonna stop us now. Sorry.
yeah, that's about how bad Starship Hulk was. And then number 5, I like how quickly you worked on that one. I did really like this. That first, just that first full page thing right there. I was just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good, and it is getting really, really good. I like the world building. They did 2 or 3 full page things. The world building they're doing on this is just fantastic, and it's interesting. Even if they don't have a whole lot of, even if they don't have a lot of action, it's still interesting because you're so character, oriented that I like it. Now here are the best ones this week. I just picked this up because it looked interesting. I mean, I had no idea about it, but it's really good. It's about I think he's like some sort of a stockbroker or something like that, who's just kind of like an a-hole. He's kind of like a Patrick Bateman type of character.
Yeah.
You remember who Patrick Bateman is, right?
Yeah, he's the Psycho.
American Psycho.
Yeah. He's the most toxic man alive.
Yeah, and they're out to dinner, out to lunch or dinner. They're going to a party, and he wounds up. He had a monster under his bed when he was a kid, and so this switching back between him and modern day and
when I was a boy,
and some girl approaches him at a club, and she says, "Hey, I'm having I run an art gallery. I'm having this showing in my art gallery. I think you might be interested in some of this stuff." And he gets like really, really hammered, and then shows up, and there is this picture there. He's the only one there. He gets there at midnight, like she says. That's the only picture there. It's called The Feeding. And he buys it, and it's somehow connected to the memories of the monster underneath his bed that burned down his house. And you find out a little bit more about what happens. What he remembers isn't exactly what happens as to when he showed up, where he showed up, and it was a really good story. It was by Boer and Zucker. I don't know their David M. Boer and art by Drew Zucker. Glad I picked it up. I don't know if there's going to be any more stuff, but if there's horror stuff by that, or if it's an ongoing series, I'm going to get it. Third best this week, Creep Show number 2. This is also the one with David Dastmalch and... No, wait. Hold on. No, that was not it. This is... Eugenio Mira is the writer for the first one. It's called The Last Sleepover. It's about these kids who are inviting some kids over for a sleepover, and they're waiting on these 2 more kids to show up. I guess the kid who's having the sleepover, they invited these 2 kind of ritzy kids over because the little blonde kid turns out that he wants to ask the sister out.
Underage love.
Yes, and that's the only and so they show up really late, and they're wearing these little vampire masks, and they refuse to take the masks off. And so you sort of figure out what's coming. It was a bit predictable, but still satisfying. I liked it.
I'm trying to think I think I read it, the Headless Horseman book. It has the girl who dresses up in the Creature of Black Lagoon. Was that one of the stories in that one?
That was the hoe.
The whole.
Oh no! She becomes something like that. That was the first
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Because I'm trying to remember which one I read because there's
that
so
was
many came out this week as far as the stories.
yeah.
So,
Something happens where she becomes that, and then she's
starts feeding on people. Yeah.
yeah. And then the second one is called Trigger Warning.
Yeah. That first story was really good. I like that one with the creature black coon.
And this is actually a really kind of a good story. Both of them in this one were really good. It's this guy, one of the guys, he does a thing about people, like this true crime things about people disappearing. And his friend challenges him, saying, "Hey, you don't talk about, the black, our people enough. They're disappearing at these places." And says, go to this area of town and do your report on that. He disappears. Then the other guy disappears the next night. And, it's a really good story. Number 2. Tin Can Society, number 2. It's 2 of 9. I don't know if any of you guys read the first one. But it's about there's this one kid who was really crippled when he was younger. He was always on a crutches. He had, spina bifida or some weird thing like that. And these kids became his friend, and he had this like can of stuff that he wasn't allowed to have buried under a tree, and that's why they all met, and that's why they call themselves the Tin Can Society. He gets older, becomes this really brilliant scientist, creates this body suit to help him walk, and he uses it to become a superhero. He's kind of like an Iron Man.
Oh, and Breen and Zach, it is safe to turn your camera on, just to let you guys know.
Mm. And they actually
but all this talent on camera.
They even call him. This is what are you, some sort of a war machine, which they thought, they're taking a jab.
Zach, I know I have the talent, but I like to share it with the other people too. So if you could just turn the camera on, we can all
stop interrupting Geekeasy then.
That's okay. I mean, I've been known to accidentally, or maybe not even accidentally, before. So it happens. But one of them gets killed, and now they're trying to figure out who. They think it's one of the people in the group that killed him, so they're trying to figure out who killed somebody. And then number one, this is one that I haven't read yet, and I know it's going to be good, or I was hoping it'd be good, and you told me that it would be. Hack/Body Bags, number 1.
I got it because Brian said he was getting it, so I figured, you know what? I will not let my brother ride alone.
I thought it was your paw.
Well, he's getting younger with the day, haven't you noticed?
Good point.
Yeah, Vegman, Jeff was just talking about that, right? The dentist character?
Yeah.
Did you ask as a trivia question?
Mm-hmm.
Were you just counting on the fact that no one listens to Jeff?
I didn't even listen to myself, man. Come on. Was I talking about Isaac Ankem DDS?
No, but yeah, do they know who the current wrestler is? Kane.
Yes, Kane, who's also a mayor of what?
Well,
city?
Thanks for spoiling it. I put it in the chat for you.
Yes, I know.
This is why we mute you.
Pay you back for you people thinking people ignore me.
Well, fortunately, the question's still valid because, as I said, no one listens to Jeff.
Yeah.
What was I saying? I wasn't paying attention.
Because you could see the name you said, no one is going to know who that is. But like, if you mention Kane, or oh shit, like really, yeah. Kane is trending.
But then, so this I really enjoyed that. I've actually getting 2 of the Hack/ special edition hardcovers. That's however long it's going to take.
Hey, Rager, just to let you know, it was better when we had Jackson was just trying to be you, because he does a better job. You're just spiteful.
Hey! Leave Rhaegar alone. Little Rhaegar didn't do nothing to you.
What are you? Did you read his comments?
I mean, they weren't his best, but everyone has off days. Said as the mayor of off days over here.
What's off day world like over there?
It's not fun. I kind of want to get out of here, but I keep getting elected.
You're sort of like Al Pacino in Godfather 3. You keep getting pulled back in.
Just when I think I get out, they pull me back in.
Wait a second. Jimmy Durante was in Godfather 3.
Do a great Al Pacino impersonation. Sorry.
That was Al Pacino. That was Jimmy Durante.
Apparently
my Al Pacino is Jimmy Durante.
That's Jimmy Durante doing Al Pacino.
That's fair. You might have sounded like him, but the inflection was definitely Durante.
Ha-cha-cha.
Ha-cha-cha.
But I do suspect it's going to be really good from what you guys said.
Like I said, the art interior was good. The cover on the art was good, and then the interior was just great.
Jeff, it's saying it's really good might be a bit of a stretch, but it did what a hack slash book is supposed to do.
Yeah, like I said,
it was fun. It was violent.
Was it preachy?
Right. Yeah. It's at least for one issue, it's back.
I have a long box full of the original hack slash stuff, and that's just as fun and entertaining as the originals. So
if you can see these red books, like right about there, those are some of the hack slash
omnibus.
There's 3 of them. There's a whole bunch of them, but then I got some of the hardback ones.
See,
let me ask you that, Jeff. Did you read any of the Body Bags miniseries?
No. I thought this was original.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Same here. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that there's been Body Bags because I recognize the characters.
I wonder because
I may not have remembered it, but I don't know.
I think one of the actual artists on the variant covers is I can't remember which one I was reading, but she might be CG adjacent. So I don't know. Figure that out.
You know who's CG adjacent that is getting some Marvel and DC work these days?
The new guy, the Christian guy?
No, Kanan White.
Okay. What is he?
He's an artist. He's a not that it should matter, but he's a black comic book artist, and he's been getting cover work for Marvel and DC. I think I saw him do like a Black Lightning cover or something recently. All
right. So that is it for back. No back issues.
No, but I did. I'm getting my 4Ks for Star Wars. Jedi is coming in soon.
Where the fuck is 4K?
I thought. No, you said it right, Geekeasy. That is what I think of when I think 4K.
What? Star Wars?
The DVDs, the high picture, high definition. Yeah, that's what 4K is.
They look really good.
If you're unnecessary comic book knowledge of the day, the first Body Bag series was 28 years ago from Dark Horse.
Wow.
Damn.
And then Image published a few about 15 years ago.
I wonder what the art looked like back then.
Very similar. I'm looking at the cover of the first
issue. That's good.
So, and I do have a picture of Cassie Hack that I bought in the Tim Seeley store. It is autographed. It's like a print. I cannot show it.
Yeah, I figured
on this channel.
I was like, do I want to get a Vampire cardboard cutout or Cassie had cardboard cutout? Or
it's just a print. Yeah. It shows her sitting on her car with her bat over her shoulders.
Topless.
No, not just topless. Nothing. And the only thing, she's got her legs open. The Comic Code Authority.
You disgust me, sir. How dare you bring that
Comic Code Authority picture is right where it's blocking a certain thing, but everything else is seeable.
You disgust me. You better show me that photo so I can confirm that you're a pervert. I want to see every angle of that photo.
Twice.
He's not disgusted enough. He needs to see the full picture to be fully disgusted.
Yes, and
I need to see Monty.
I will take a picture of it and send it to you on and then you can disperse it with the rest of the group.
Disperse it.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to be disgusted. I'm
First
good.
person you're gonna send it to is Zach, and do it for blackmail purposes, so he'll have it on his camera, so you can blackmail him.
I can only do white mail, Zach.
Huh?
That's right. I only get white mail, apparently.
Yeah, because we all know what you think about. Oh, never mind.
Anyway,
that'll be another $10, Geekeasy.
I never finished the sentence.
Zach,
all right. You're fine. All right, $9.99.
You need to go back and watch the Graphic Man show from last night to find out why I owe you $20.
I know. I you got me curious.
All right.
What did you say for
Zach,
20?
Do you want to show off your books?
I mean, I didn't read them.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm totally not getting a drink out of my refrigerator right now. Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain.
Zach's got to put on pants. That's why he has his camera off.
No, it's not that I have to put on pants. I was literally in the kitchen putting some water bottles away.
He had the apron
Wait,
on.
you have to wear pants during this?
Do you? I don't care. I don't need to know the answer to that, actually.
I guess we won't see you next week, Geekeasy, if you're not wearing pants.
Yikes! Okay, I got 6 books, and like I told the Twitter group, it was like, if I didn't find $20 in my pocket, I would not have got these today.
Zach needs his clan hood, says Undead. Wow.
Undead Quinn, I'm billing you.
Let's just say that, by the way, Zach said last night someone showed a cover with, I think there was a Nazi insignia, and there was a Klansman in full regalia choking somebody out. And I go, oh yeah, that's Zach's Grail.
Was that the Batman book?
No, it was somebody was showing some random Golden Age title.
It's a great time for Nazi comic book covers and pictures to be making a renaissance, isn't it? All right. Have not read it. Don't spoil it for me. If it's bad, I'll find out by myself. Yeet. I like the word yeet though, so that doesn't bother me. I yeet all the time.
Your buddy JDA liked it.
Oh, God, I don't know how I feel about that.
Say what you like about, say what you will, but
he's a good critic. He is a good critic. Yeah, I will give him that.
He's not playing angry YouTuber. He's very trustworthy on comics.
That's true. Not as trustworthy as Trusty Sidekick. But
trustworthy on comics? Oh,
trustworthy?
Trusty on comics.
Trusty on comics. That's the trusty comic right
that's
there.
A nice cover.
That's a very nice cover.
That's cover A, wasn't it?
Yeah, I always get the cover A's. With few exceptions, I usually get the cover A's.
I think cover C.
Wow, look at that. All of a sudden
we got The Moon is Following Us, issue number 2. The Riley Rossmo. I don't know.
You just got it because of the bikini, you perv.
Listen, it's not even a bikini. She's wearing jeans. This is also the cheapest cover. Again, the cover A is the cheap one. I'm giving you all tips to save money. And then we got the Williamson double right here. The last Williamson and the one he's continuing.
I'll just say I didn't like the reveal in Superman, and that's it.
I just say you don't have taste. You don't like Casablanca. I can't trust you. And then finally, I got Boyd.
I do like Casablanca. Pamela Anderson was awesome in it.
What the heck? That is not the same movie.
Barbed Wire is Casablanca.
No, but there's no scene in Casablanca that's as good as the opening scene of Barbed Wire. Casablanca's in my all-time top 10.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna have to watch Barbed Wire again.
I mean, if you want to watch Rick Blaine do that scene, be my guest. But I'll stick with Pamela Anderson.
Anyway, those are
it's
my
in 4K. You gotta
comics.
watch it.
It's in 4K.
Did Rick Blaine get a rib removed to look thinner?
He didn't need to. Yeah, Bogart could have used the sandwich at any point in his career.
In reference to Pamela Anderson, supposedly got her bottom.
Yeah, I know.
I caught on. I'm not a huge Pamela Anderson fan, but I know some. Anyway, that's it. 6 books.
I give her more respect than some of the other celebrities that are aging out and they're just gone crazy. So,
yeah, I'll tell you, honestly, VIP was a fun show.
I love that show.
And she did a show called Stacked, which was done by the guys from Cheers, where she played a librarian, but she was actually really smart. And it was surprisingly good, but it didn't catch on. So
I love her cameo on Just Shoot Me.
I didn't see that, but
I didn't see that.
She comes with a dude spade. Dude spade's just like, and just kind of like starts hitting on him and stuff. He freaks out.
Anyway, I will see you guys next week. I gotta hit this.
Don't threaten us. It's not Halloween.
See you
yet.
later.
all right,
Geeky.
Jeff, take it easy, man.
Okay, I'll try and send that to you here in a few minutes to bring.
Take it easy, man.
All right, see you later.
Next Thursday.
I see what you.
Next Thursday is Halloween.
It is.
Yes.
Correct.
All right. These are for Zach because he'll be proud of me. I went and got some all in.
I win. Yes,
that's Green Lantern and
Green Lantern is pretty good. I give him that.
Got a little Green Lantern Civil Corps special.
I like Civil Corps.
Of course you do.
It's dead people that are very respectful of each other.
Chivalry isn't dead.
All right. Lead off with the facsimile.
Nice.
Hawkman number 4.
I didn't have that in my shop.
The machine that magnetized men.
Yeah, first appearance of Zatanna for anybody that didn't know why that came out. Number 5, Superman.
Hey,
I liked it. I'm kind of with Vegman, and I kind of knew what was coming, but it's again, this may end up being a good story, but how do you? I said I just find I was having a little trouble believing that you would work with somebody that had killed you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a different Doomsday, but he said we've been enemies for blah blah blah. And I'm, like I said, I'm I don't even read most of this stuff, and I don't want to see superpowered side characters. Enough is enough. Lois, hopefully this is very temporary.
You want superpowered side characters? The Power Girl, she came out this week, had Steel's daughter in it the whole entire time. It was just got to the point where, and then even Streaky was in there too.
Did they make sure to let you know that Steel's daughter is a lesbian?
I thought it was Alex. I thought Alex was the one that was supposed to be the lesbian.
Just in case you didn't know from every other appearance she's made since.
I still can't stand her mediocre boyfriend in that comic book.
Who's mediocre boyfriend?
She's dating a black guy. Pages.
Oh, okay.
Not the actual.
Not Natasha.
Yeah.
All right, number 4, Hack/Body Bags. Just a lot of fun. We talked about it. It's not going to change the world. It's not going to, but it's just, like I said, it's nice to see this character back to just hacking and slashing.
Yep.
Number 3, and I got to say, I was very disappointed with this.
Womp womp.
Not that the story wasn't good, but I knew about halfway through, I said, okay, this is not going to end in 5. But what happened at the end, which was nothing, but they said it will be back in May. Now,
Yikes.
Owen King, Jesse Kellerman, and all these other people I've never heard of. I don't know that anybody's going to care 6 months from now when this returns.
I only remember the book.
That's kind of my point.
Yeah,
that's a huge risk. I think it's a huge mistake. And like I said, good luck. Number 2, Rook Exodus. Very nice. Like I said, I'm not a fan of dystopian in general, but this was a good story. We talked about this, and this was fun. I'm a little leery about the book that's coming out from them next week because I have no idea who those people are.
Oh yeah,
but
spin off of Mind Street Devour.
Yeah, and I like to say in Jeff Johns I trust, but I also I mentioned this when they first announced this. Said how long before the DEI hires or whatever come put enough pressure to get hired. I don't know if these people are because I've never heard of them, but we'll see. Number 1, Frankie.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, this was this is an excellent series. I said it absolutely a solid 2 out of 3 as far as these series go, and looking forward to seeing how it finishes.
Hey Zach,
we have a pretty good idea.
Does that look familiar to you on the bottom right?
No, we don't have windmills in Louisiana. We don't have wind. We just have trees
and torches.
Well,
no, actually, we have so much methane in the swamps. It'd be irresponsible to have torches. It would just blow up. You'd burn the bayou down.
I mean, that's a good thing because all the nasty freaking venomous snakes and
so what do you guys carry when you march through the village now?
Flashlights, iPhones.
Their iPhones raised up. We're gonna record him.
Right. Post it to Twitter.
All right, so I've got a handful of back issues, just random stuff.
Okay.
Falling in love.
Aww.
I know. It kind of gets you right here, doesn't it?
Clint, I love you.
Ghosts. 24.
Man, they want to put him into a coffin. That's horrible.
Dang. That's rough.
25.
Till death do his part.
Clint, I love you. Die.
27.
Hey, the haunted hotel. Is that a kid in the bottom?
Well, I'll tell you what, it takes forever to get the rooms ready, apparently.
What's service?
And 28.
Dang.
Oh, it's one of those road rage videos. I've seen these. She's gonna slam her hand on the hood of the car. That's a Karen, a ghost Karen. What is she doing?
Little Harvey romance there.
Like she's trying to perform a jujitsu throw on him.
No, she's doing this Spider-Man kiss.
Some Life with Archie's here, number 71.
Wow. What outfits?
What is Reggie wearing on the bottom? Is that Reggie on the bottom? No.
Look like Halo from the
Regina.
Outsiders.
Regina, yeah.
And here's 82.
This bobsled cost us an arm and a leg in more ways than one.
83.
Nice.
Mod Squad.
Yeah, they're definitely going through their mod period because here's 84.
Oof. The Mad Light Show.
You guys, you want to see? As you say, I want to see more green.
Yeah, more green in our pay envelopes. And 85.
Oh no, lie detector. Oh no.
So these are just stuff I read today. So I was reading one. I said, "Oh wait a second, I still have to read the book."
Marnia says those outfits are current for the time of those books. You fascist snob. You know what? They sucked back then. They still suck today. That's all I'm gonna say.
I will say this: they sucked. They may, but they're still better than 70s fashion. 70s fashion was just
I don't know. Some of you started getting the halter top from the girls, so some of that stuff. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
You're not supposed to tell anybody. Jeez.
I am not a fashion snob. Do you see what I wear? I wear basic vanilla polos and jeans.
He's a coffee snob. It's right in his username.
I am a coffee snob. I'm not a fashion. I buy my clothes from Walmart.
But I guess that'll be it for this. Oh, I'm tired. I slept 8 hours before
wow, rub it in, why don't you? Brag about it.
Those 8 hours are rough, man. I couldn't believe I slept 8 hours.
My heart bleeds for
I
you.
normally sleep 5 hours, and I got an extra 3 hours today, and I just didn't know what to do because I'm just like, I got all this extra energy, and I don't like it.
I've got the world's smallest violin to play for you.
Hey, I rocked my purple velvet hot pants when I was in my early teens.
Yep, and a remarkable coincidence. So did Zach.
He still does.
It was all blue jeans all the time. Still is mostly.
Yeah, see, if you'd been old enough to grow up in the 70s, you could have remembered the glory of corduroy pants.
Ooh, I've heard of the
grew up
corduroys.
Velvet shirts.
My dad grew up
oh
in
my
the
God.
70s. I've heard.
Velour shirts.
You say that to him in the 90s when I was a kid. Not only did I have a deerskin jacket, like in the 60s stuff, I had the fringes on them, but I also had the corduroy pants and the corduroy jacket.
Boy, your parents must have hated you.
If you watch the Wonka Dead World Beyond, there's a kid in there. He uses that because the zombies can't bite through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a solid logic.
But yeah, my parents, these are hand-me-downs from like 3 generations. That's what it felt like. So anyway, yeah, nothing else other than that. Tomorrow probably Brain. I don't know if you're joining us tomorrow. Probably not, or so. We're gonna throw in a Ghostbusters reading in there. A little more modern, but it's one of the 35th anniversary. The girls want the Lester sisters wanted to read some more Ghostbusters, so I figured why not?
Yeah,
and then
no, I did not, Brian.
Maybe we'll read Flying Nuns.
Sally Field,
the Flying Nun. There's comic adaptations of all those.
What?
Stuff. Yeah.
That was already a boring show. They made a comic of it.
The Flying Nun.
Zach, I was reading an issue of Retro Fan. Are you familiar with that magazine? I've shown a couple on these.
You've shown some. Yeah.
There was an article on the Brady Bunch. There are 2 Brady Bunch comic books published by Dell in 1970.
What on earth?
Well, because almost every TV show had one.
Well, yeah, I know. Like Man from U.N.C.L.E. had one.
Well, that was actually fairly decent.
That one was probably good, though. Yeah.
Marania, maybe we'll do that because we'll do the Werewolf by Night.
It is the season
43, and then we'll do Ghostbusters.
And then there was an article on the history of the Barbie doll.
Interesting.
5 issues published by Dell.
Huh.
Marvel brought it back in the 90s.
With
and there are there are 2 series, and they're actually sought after by collectors.
Yeah,
not this one. Of course, that's kind of.
Are you talking about the pumpkin one?
Because I read Katie Keene, but I won't read Barbie.
Are you talking about the one that was drawn by Amanda Connors that was on the cover ranking?
What?
The Barbie, the pumpkin one?
No.
Okay.
No, that was from the Marvel series because she wouldn't have been old enough.
That was Marvel's. That was Marvel's 90 or issue. Yeah.
Yeah, she obviously wouldn't have been old enough in the early 60s. But yeah, I said it's one of the things I've noticed in the last 4 or 5 years are there are comic books of there was a series called Burke's Law in the mid 60s. Mm-hmm. I love the show. There are 3 comic books from that.
There's a Man from U.N.C.L.E. too.
Yeah, we talked about that. And there's 1 issue of Honey West.
There's the Life of David.
There were 3 Green Hornets published in the 60s, a bunch in the 40s that are just Jambo has a few.
Oh, isn't there? Didn't Bonanza have a few?
Oh God, yes.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Tons. Gunsmoke, but any Western you can think of had comics.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a good one, Jackson. I have no idea if there was ever a
Green Acres. Oh my gosh! If there's Green Acres, there has to be a Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, there has to be a Petticoat Junction, and there's one other show.
I guarantee there probably was Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres, Petticoat Junction, were all in the same quote unquote universe.
Yeah.
I would like. My jaw would drop if there was a alias Smith and Jones.
No, probably not that. But
I know it's too new.
Well, I mean, it was on the cusp because by the 70s, your tastes had changed in comics, and Dell was all but done by then. And
like I said, that show, if the Internet Archive ever goes back up, that's the show you want to check out. Pete Duell's acting on that, along with the guy plays
Ben Murphy. Is the other one, I think.
Yeah, Ben and Murphy. They are phenomenal actors.
Yeah, that is. I hate that happened to that site.
I gotta look again and see if it's back up yet.
It wasn't. I checked earlier in the week. It wasn't.
It's back up.
Is it?
It looks like it is.
Let me see.
Wait for it to load, but it's showing Internet Archive, video, audio, software. So I don't know if my actual this is loading. It could be because StreamYard.
Okay, well, Man from Uncle's back up, but Bourbon Street Beat isn't. Hawaiian Eye isn't.
Yeah, I was on episode 9. 50. Yeah.
Yeah, 77. Okay, well, no, might be this one.
So the player failed to load, but I mean, I have like some guy had uploaded Haley Smith and Jones.
Oh, okay. No, there's. Okay. All right. Well, there's okay, but let's see if
the playlist isn't working for my Haley Smith and Jones, but there's like 55. It was dude, 50 episodes across 3 seasons, 1971 and 1973 on ABC.
Yeah, this is
yeah. So like I said,
yeah, this is still messed up. So it's only got 1 episode of Sunset Strip.
I think they're still updating, but I mean,
yeah,
at least the site spec, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Kolchak, the Night Stalker did have a comic book, and in recent days they did have a Kickstarter book. I thought like last year or this year, somebody did one.
Yeah, but, I'm hoping that hopefully they come back, because I said the way it was set up is different than I knew, but yeah, like I said, it was a blast being able to watch those shows.
Yeah, I'll have to do some more search to see if I can find more stuff. I mean, like I said, it was just great because, dude, they had I had Nintendo Power like comic books that's not available anywhere else. In their archive, had them uploaded the scans of Nintendo Power magazines. So if you, they had some Super Mario Brother ones and some other ones. It's just like there's a kid with a Nintendo Power glove or a gun. It was just like crazy. But Legend of Zelda was another one. They had some comics, but unfortunately, you really can't find those anywhere. But Kolchak the Night Stalker would be like, I want to read some of these adapted like ones.
Yeah, Jamin, they're more recent.
I have
they're 21st century.
Yeah. Via the Boris Karloff, I just bought that last week. That's the Thrillers.
Yeah, and then that became Boris Karloff's Tales of Mystery, I think it was called, and then lasted for about almost 90 issues.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 issues called Thriller, and then it switched with the 3rd.
But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't mind reading some what's it called? Lone Ranger. They had a bunch of those. So I'm trying to think what else they I don't know. Maybe one of these days on the channel we'll start reading some Kid Colt. Little lure graphic back in. So, or some 2-Gun Kid. Maybe we'll get Zach in. Well, they'll throw in some Nazi books, with some dinosaurs.
Mike is going camping for 5 days next week.
Really?
Oh, where at?
Probably somewhere close to where he lives. He lives in Missouri, so I'm sure.
Nice.
That's about 4 days longer than I'd ever want to camp.
I would say it would depend on the kind of camping. If it's like in a tent on the ground, 4 days, 5 days might be a little bit long. But if there's like a cabin or something, I could do that.
If you're in a cabin or if you're in a camper, sometimes the campers actually have nice stuff.
Campers are my when I was in high school, my best friend, they had a camper. They would invite me all the time. That was some good.
Running water is non-negotiable.
Well, that's why you go next to a river or a creek, and the water's always running.
No. You know what? The problem with that is a guy downstream peeing in the water. You're filling up a water bottle.
That's why you go upstream. You always go upstream.
That's why.
But you're always downstream, though.
In the zombie apocalypse, I'm just going to run right into the mouth of the nearest zombie. I'm out.
You don't have to. He'll catch you before you run.
Good enough.
Your knee, because you always talk about your knees. I'm thinking, like, can you even run that far?
Yeah, Brad. When I was a kid, I used to love it, but we never went far enough to where we couldn't just run in the house to use the bathroom. So there's, it's all relative, I guess.
My neighbors, we went out. They had a cottage, and I remember like I went with them, and they had running water inside, but you also had a river down in the backyard too. You can go swimming in and everything. So,
but I said my idea of outdoor activities are, sports. I've never been a hunter or a fisherman. So that's never. I tried fishing once. I think I caught a snake in a tire.
I feel like if I was back in the Wild West, like there's the guys who hunt the food, so I'm the guy that pays the guy to hunt the food for me.
Well, here's the thing about the Old West or Victorian times or any of these days gone by that people wax nostalgic for. You know what the inescapable fact was about all of them?
What's that?
Everything smelled like shit.
I was getting everybody had syphilis.
Everything. People maybe got a monthly bath.
Well, especially down south. Imagine this how much sweat you guys are
doing. Oh Lord, I couldn't imagine what life would have been like in this.
The first U.S. Marshals down on Texas Rangers guys going and traveling. Like you see Clint Eastwood, and like you're jumping into that river, and that's your bath.
Yeah, it's no.
Soap was a luxury. You had to pay a lot. You'd be really rich to get it.
Yeah.
How do you wash clothes in the river? And they hang them up on over a tree.
Yeah, they have the old washboard. Just
I have one of those. They're clearly cool.
They say actually, I've read reports that say not that bathing is bad for you, but like over bathing, like every day. It like if you use like excessive soap, like it dries out.
That's like washing your hair every day. Your body's supposed to have its own natural oils.
Exactly.
But bath more than once, Jackson. Yeah, I hear you, man. If I'm straining myself or I'm sweating up, then I'll go take a shower. But like if I'm not, I take maybe like 2 showers a week, spread out.
Ooh, I've got to take one every day.
I sometimes take 2 a day.
2 a day.
Yeah, well, so I've been trying to go to the gym like early in the morning before I go to work. And so I'll shower right after I get out the gym, and then I'll shower when I get home at night before I go to bed.
Marani, I use antibacterial soaps because they're actually better than the regular Ivory soaps.
I don't even use like Dove or anything anymore. I use like the all natural.
The antibacterial soap we actually use it because for open wounds and stuff like that.
Isn't that stuff like have a bunch of alcohol in it, like the sanitizer soap? I don't know.
Well, I'm not drinking alcohol because I'm fine. So
I don't know.
But I mean, like anything is medicine. Use it over too much, it can probably be harmful in your body. But what about Squiggy? What? Jay? You can call him Jay Squiggy because he has a bath.
Squiggy.
The overuse of antibacterials have used superbugs. It created superbugs. Well, that's my doctor's like, well, I don't want to keep giving you this antibiotic. I said, if you don't use it, I'm going to die. It's when I get bad bronchitis, I need something. He's like, I don't want to give it because you might build immunity. It's like, well, at that point, I'll just end it myself, okay? Just until then, give me the drug I needed. I know that, makes myself go away.
Remember
what's that?
Remember when these streams just get derailed by food talk?
Now it's bathing.
Yeah, who has entered the chat now?
I don't know who's
not Dan Slot. Bathing. How did we even get on this topic? Who brought up the bathing?
I have no idea.
It sprung out of camping, and then everybody smelled like bleep in the old days, and
that was you brought it up. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, it was you the soaps and stuff. That's Werewolf is Shirley.
Shirley Laverne and Shirley.
werewolf.
Oh, Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley. Oh,
yeah, but
I get it now. Squiggy. Okay.
Oh, Jay Squiggy. That's what I was wondering. Like, because you did bring up werewolf. It's all my comic book memories. Okay, yeah. Don't use another channel's inside jokes on a channel that nobody knows about.
I haven't watched Laverne and Shirley in years.
Well, I know
Talking
Laverne and
about
Shirley. I was just
sitcoms that are part of shared universes.
Who she was calling Squiggy.
Yeah.
And then werewolf. I was like, I don't see werewolf by night in the chat.
Did you know that the guy played Squiggy owned a minor league baseball team in Pittsburgh?
I did not.
No, but I
the guy who played Lenny was in the Disney remake of That Darn Cat, though.
And he was also, I mean, he's a legitimately respected actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Better Call Saul. He played his brother.
Son of a gun!
And
why did it just go off for me?
You didn't know that?
Son of a bitch!
And he's probably best known, if not for Lenny, as being in Spinal Tap.
I can't believe I never recognized him. I can see his face clear as day now.
Mm-hmm.
That's oh man.
It's because they were so. Lenny and Squiggy were such caricatures that it's
right.
Hey, he says we're an interconnected group. Well, we need some division. I'm bringing up a.
I mean, I said, it's one. Laverne and Shirley were one of those shows that didn't get any kind of acclaim when it was on, and it seems to have aged well through the years.
Well, I mean, it also
to some extent, I enjoy it more than Happy Days.
So, Laverne and Shirley, was that spawned Happy Days, or Happy Days was spawned by Laverne and
Shirley? No, Laverne and Shirley was spawned by Happy Days.
Okay, Richie was in a slump, and Fonzie decided to hook him up to go a double date with him.
Okay, so that was Happy Days.
And Laverne was Fonzie's date, and he hooked Richie up with Shirley.
So then Happy Days spawned
Mork and Mindy,
yes.
Laverne and Shirley,
Mork and Mindy, Blansky's Beauties, and Johnny Loves Chachi.
That's it. Happy Days spawned a lot.
Because I still remember that crossover with Mork and Mindy. I thought that was hilarious. You know what I watched the other night on YouTube? It recommended me. It was the guy from Three's Company. It was something Ritter. Was it John Ritter? John Ritter was doing improv with Ron Williams.
Oh,
like that was just fun, and it's just like, and somebody on the crowd is like, oh, and it's like, well, somebody be how about you lonely guy, and it's like psychotherapy class. I guess is in session now. I guess.
Yeah, now there's Laverne. You have a mouth like a sewer. A sewer, and she balls up her chubby little fist, and boom,
she
knocks Richie out. And of course, he's carrying popcorn; it goes everywhere. And she's like helping him get back, sit back up, and she's kissing on him. Of course, that's when Howard and Marion walks in.
Yeah, like I said, I never knew that Ron Williams did stand up with or improv with John Ritter. I thought that was really cool. A lot of those are just popping up lately. I'm just being recommended. I don't know why they're getting recommended, but there's kind of just like, hey, you might like this based off something you watched 3 years ago with Ron Williams.
Yeah, the saddest thing about the end of Robin Williams' career was he was in a sitcom on CBS called The Crazy Ones.
Yeah.
And Sarah Michelle Gellar was his co-star.
Yes.
Didn't have a laugh track. It was the only show on the Thursday night lineup that didn't have one.
Didn't need it.
And but CBS audiences were so dumb. They didn't know when to laugh without one. So Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men got great ratings. Like 7 million people went away and then came back for Two Broke Girls. And it got canceled after one season. And I think he killed himself the next year.
Yeah, Parkinson's. Well, that's the other thing too. That he had. I think he had the same thing as Michael J. Fox, right?
I don't think he did, but I can't remember.
I know it was a version of Parkinson's, or MS or something like that. He had. No, but I mean, watching Robin Williams old stand up from like 70s and the 80s is just fun. Like I'm learning a lot of stuff, like him and Jim Varney hanging out backstage, Robin Williams. Like Robin Williams is vibe to everybody.
I don't know if Yeah, I know it's coming to streaming, but show I always tout, Homicide: Life on the Street.
Mm-hmm.
There's an episode where Robin Williams he's on vacation with his family, and thugs murder his wife in front of him and the children.
Wow.
And he obviously he's playing the distraught father, and he doesn't feel like he's getting any answers, so he goes into the precinct, and they're all laughing and cutting up, and even about that case.
Yeah.
And I said, trust me when I say, Homicide is the best police drama ever on network television.
Was that NBC or what was it?
It was NBC, and it was by the guys that went on to do The Wire after that. This was basically The Wire was Homicide uncensored, but his performance, and I think he won an Emmy for it.
What year was this? 90s?
It was on from like 93 through 99. But his episode, I think, was in season 1 or 2, and it's Vincent D'Onofrio was also, I think, won an Emmy for a guest shot on that one. He played a guy that got pushed into a subway track and got hit by a train and somehow lived because his body was like pinned to between the track and the train. Basically, he was cut in half, but it was like being held together by like intestines, and he didn't die. And so the whole the episode revolved around trying to find this girl that he had been involved with because he wanted to see her. And they tried to find her, and they couldn't.
Oh,
and so because it wasn't one of those, where it has at least the happy ending part, and then basically the end of the episode is basically they realize they can't hold up the train any longer, so they have to basically try to go through the motions at least of trying to save his life once they get once they move the train car.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I said, that episode, but the Robin Williams one, was probably a little more powerful. But I said, if you ever get a chance to see that episode, it's tremendous.
The other one he did, like that movie, I remember the serious stuff, but he did that movie where his wife dies by suicide or something like that. Yeah, he ends up going to hell, leaving heaven to go to hell. What Dreams May Come, I think it was. That's the only time that's the only time where with Robin Williams where I saw him in a serious role.
What was the what was that movie? Because I remember watching it thinking it was going to be hilarious, and it actually wasn't.
1 Hour Photo?
No, it wasn't 1 hour. No, that was the horror movie, wasn't it? Wasn't that like a thriller?
I think so. Yeah, he was like,
No, this was it was like a political one. Like he played like a pundit he was like written and voted for office. Man of the Year. That's what it was. And is like the commercials like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a funny guy. This like a nobody who gets elected president. No, it actually got kind of serious. Like somebody tried to assassinate him in that movie. I was like, oh gosh.
You know what? Remember Jacob? He did a movie called Jacob. It was like Jacob something like where he's like there in the Jewish people during the whole Nazi occupation. Like I said, don't remember. He did some like serious stuff. The other one he kind of did was
Adams was also kind of serious too, and Hello, Good Morning Vietnam was kind of also
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, yeah. You know what my favorite role of his still is? Well, there's two. One's the genie from Aladdin. I'm a kid, leave me alone. But then I also like his Teddy Roosevelt from the Night at the Museum movie. Because it's funny, but then it's also kind of inspirational too.
I just like his character as Mork.
Mork is the third place. That is the trinity of Robin Williams characters.
Mork, and then his character from Jumanji.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jumanji was a good movie. I like Jumanji a lot.
Yep. Jacob the Liar. Thank you, Brian. Yep. You're not lying, right? That is the actual name. Is your name really Brian? No, like you said, like I'm gonna probably watch more Robin Williams stuff. Toys. You bring up Toys. That's the one. I never watched that one.
Toys.
That's the one.
It's not Toy Soldiers, is it?
No, so Toys is the one Rob Williams. He's in a red suit and he has a hat on, the bullet with the kind of old Avenger style hat from the British one.
Mm-hmm.
Bowler.
It's a red one.
Bowler hat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess he was a toy inventor or was going to make toys for something. I never watched it.
Hook was a good one too. Hook was also a very good movie.
I still don't understand the ending of Hook because the alligator was dead, wasn't he?
The statue of the gator falls on Captain Hook.
No, the ending of Hook was when the patriarchy, beat him down and left him in the middle of the ring.
I saw that.
And then Christian leaned down and said, "Tyler, it's not what you think."
Yeah. It's he's joining the patriarchy. He's gonna join something. Yeah, it's no the ending of the Hook though. Like I said that when it falls on Dustin Hoffman, right? Was Dustin Hoffman was Hook?
Yes.
And it swallows him whole and it burps. That was so. Was the crocodile alive?
It's Neverland. Are we really gonna apply logic to Neverland?
It's never dead.
There's mermaids. There's boys that wore like animal mascot costumes. It's not a logical.
And they bring it the movie I was avoiding.
I never saw it. I'll say it. I never saw it.
You're good that way.
Proud to admit it.
Oh yeah, they bring up Jack. That was the other one where the kid basically for the Curious Tales of Benjamin Button, about the kid who basically grew older and older and older by the time. Yeah, it was that's horrible.
Speaking of movies, they are making a Wonka 2 with Timothy Chalamet, and I'm actually pretty excited because I thought the first one was really good.
You know who I saw it? Apparently he's been dating or hooking up with is that Eva girl, the girl when that was in what's your name?
Hang on.
The chick from Dusk to Dawn, the TV series. She was also in the King Kong or Godzilla versus Kong, the first one I think it was.
Kylie Jenner?
Not Kylie Jenner. No.
That's who he seems. That's who the
he
Google
was with.
Says he's dating.
No. Oh, let me look up her name real quickly.
Google says he's dating Kylie Jenner.
Probably now. Before he was Eliza Gonzalez. He was.
Oh, her.
Eliza Gonzalez.
She's from Baby Driver. She was in Baby Driver.
That's hurtful.
That was a great movie.
Eliza Gonzalez was caught hooking up with him, and I was just like, "Dang, that guy's got some pull."
That guy, he definitely does. He definitely does have some pull.
She was in the From Dusk Till Dawn series.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
No, they're not dating anymore. They're exes.
No, but the kid was the guy who from the main character from Doom, right? Timothy Chalamet, whatever it is.
Chalamet, yeah, Chalamet.
Yeah,
they're not together anymore.
No, but I'm thinking
downgrade Isaac Gonzalez to Kylie Jenner. God, Timothy, actors are dumb. Golly, man.
His what must be bigger than his arms. If he's been through both of them.
Yeah, I kept thinking isn't aren't they both older than him too?
I don't know. I can look at pictures of Isaac Gonzalez all day though.
Fisher King, who's that? Is that another actor?
Fisher King.
Is that a movie?
Is that a Robin Williams movie?
No. Oh. Yeah. Oh, all right. One of our photos is was scariest performance. Because he was like a guy.
Was it really that scary though?
No, he had control. The guy worked at Walgreens, looking at your photos, and then I guess
then
he wants to be in your family.
It's creepy. He
is he's I guess just lonely. He wants to be part of the family and just starts fantasizing. I think that's what it was. I don't know.
She was also in a live theater version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Isaac Gonzalez?
Yeah, she played Janet Weiss.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Live.
I'm sorry, not live theater.
It's even cringier than that. Live stream theater. So people did it live stream like this. They played out Rocky Horror.
I was gonna say, didn't they just do that on Fox like a couple years ago?
Did they? I don't know.
They had the
I'm
Grease
probably
one.
one of the 5 people alive that hasn't seen all of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I've seen the meatloaf part, and I just and the guys Hercules swinging from the chandelier or whatever it is. I was like,
I heard the songs from the
Gross.
Glee special.
You watched Glee?
I didn't watch the Glee special. I heard the songs on Spotify from the Glee special.
Yeah. She was in that. That's what we're talking about. Isaac Gonzalez was in the Dust of Dawn TV series.
Mm-hmm. And Baby Driver.
I've seen the lights. I am hereby endorsing every single remake, reboot, and sequel as a positive proponent of Hollywood and entropy.
Rhaegar, that really... I know you're trying to be funny, but no, that's not the way.
No.
Although I do want to go see The Wild Robot. That one actually looks original and fun.
Is that the one with... There's another one coming up on Netflix.
It's a robot in the woods. It's a... this one's in theaters. It's a DreamWorks
There's one coming on Netflix, though. I heard my brother had shared it with me a while back. I'm trying to remember who was in it, but it's supposed to be actually an actor. It's the girl. It's the girl from Stranger Things, isn't
Millie
it?
Bobby Brown. Oh yeah, her and Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Wow, you forgot Chris Pratt, but you remembered Millie Bobby Brown.
It's funny because I was just looking at those memes of Chris Pratt earlier before we went live.
What
Chris
memes?
Pratt is Rosa Parks.
Oh. That's funny. Jackson, I'm curious. Are you trying to say that you like Isaac Gonzalez, or you really don't see the appeal of Isaac Gonzalez? I'm curious.
I don't know, man.
He says he might be like me with Michelle Pfeiffer. So I'm thinking he doesn't see the appeal of Isaac Gonzalez, which is fine. If you see the appeal of Michelle Pfeiffer, then by all means, leave me to enjoy Isaac Gonzalez all by myself. I will be okay with that.
Alrighty.
Things we should have said an hour ago. Alrighty.
I love Glee. No straight man ever. I agree. Now,
no straight man ever. That is a good thing.
Glee was so gay.
It really was.
That
not even gay people didn't watch it.
You couldn't even. my niece loved that show, but unlike Phineas and Ferb, I did not share that love. That's how I discovered it was that same niece. But Naya Rivera, was gay on the show and hooked up with the hot Britney Spears looking cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
It still didn't matter.
The only time
that's all you need to know about how because I'm sure every time they were together, Chris Kofer was prancing through the scene somewhere.
The only time,
whatever his name was.
When we first
Jackson, you need to see her in motion. You have to hear her speak.
Way back yesterday, well, not yesterday, but I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yesteryear?
Yesteryear, you want to say that? Back when the OC came on. Do you remember the show, The OC?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I did not mind Olivia Wilde being a lesbian in that show.
Was she the one that hooked up with
the blonde? Yeah.
She was the one on House, wasn't she?
Well, they thought that the girl that they turned gay in the show, which made absolutely no sense at all. I mean, it was a stunt. They thought she was going to be a huge star, but I think drugs got in the way.
Yeah.
But that show also, who else? The bad boy was Commissioner Gordon.
Yep.
And
getting in fights all the time.
The
mom?
No, the good girl was her dad was a Hollywood guy and actually wrote one of the Flash series. Danny Bilson, his daughter Rachel.
Oh yeah, Rachel Bilson. Remember her?
Yeah, she went on to. She was like a doctor on some CW show that just went on and on and on, and no one watched it.
And then she hasn't been anything. Wasn't she in Jumper?
She's been in things. It's just but the other girl, I don't think has done much of anything. Because I don't know if she ever got over a drug problem, and I can't even remember her name. But
Beth wasn't the other one that died, wasn't it?
No, I'd know it if I'm too lazy to look it up.
There was because I always get the confused with the girl in the OC as the girl on oh crap.
Well, Glee's the one that the girl died.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she died.
She tried to save her son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one on there's another one on the CW or WB. I remember it came on. It was a big thing. Oh, I can't remember what it's called though. No, because we had shit. I cannot remember the name of the show. It was a big popular show on the CW.
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill. That's it.
I get it. Oh, the first try.
Bethany J. Meeks or whatever. Wasn't that girl? Was it? She wasn't the one that was you're talking about on the OC. What I had to.
No, I'll look it up
because I'm curious because there's and then you also had one of the main stars in there wasn't it also Tom Hanks' son? I thought.
Misha Barton.
Okay, yeah, that
was the actress's name.
I remember her.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh,
Adam Brody.
Adam Brody's on
there. Yeah. Adam Brody for a while was gonna be. He was the one that everyone was saying was gonna play Flash if George Miller was gonna do a Justice League movie before the writers' strike. I think of like 2005 or somewhere around there. And Adam Brody, I think, was gonna be the Flash in that version.
I'm sorry. I look at this.
Thank you, Jackson.
Oh my God! I got an idea for a horror movie.
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls. Yeah.
And get the two girls from the show Gilmore Girls to show up in the movie and kill more girls.
I just want to say I never watched Gilmore Girls, but thank you, Gilmore Girls, because without Gilmore Girls, we wouldn't have got Bad Santa.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
The mother was getting big by Thorne. She's like, "F me Santa, F me Santa." It's one of the ones
Christmas movie I refuse to watch.
It's probably one of the best ones I've watched.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see the one with The Rock. Red Santa, I think it is.
I mean, if you watch Jingle All the Way, you can
Jingle
watch
All the Way is not as bad as Bad Santa. Jingle All the Way is a classic, by the way. Comparing that to Bad Santa.
What that one actor no one remembers, right?
Sinbad or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Everybody knows Arnold.
If nobody knows Arnold, shame on you. If nobody knows Sinbad, really shame on you.
Is he alive still? Sinbad?
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
What has he been in? Is he just
I think he walked away from acting a while ago. He's still a comedian though.
Yeah.
He was because I know there was Jingle All the Way, and then there was the movie. What was it? He played like a Secret Service agent. I'm gonna find it.
God, Glenn's right. I think I know where you bet on this game. Darnold just got face masked, bigger than shit. The guy that did it, put his head in his hands because he knew he did it. And the WWE refs just missed it completely. And that A-Shot Minnesota had a win in this game. Gone.
The Fishman movie that won the awards.
First Kid, that's what it was. First Kid.
Do you mean Big Fish, Rhaegar?
He was also in Good Burger. If anyone cares about Good Burger.
Good Burger has good.
He was in Good Burger too. I'm just kidding. He really hasn't been in anything since like 2014.
Oh, where the lady knocked boots with the creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, that one. That was like last year.
Oh yeah, that was my sister actually loves that movie. Weird enough. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me.
I didn't watch it. No drama though.
My sister said it was supposedly good. Well, I think it was disturbing. She said it was actually really good. I can't remember. God dog it. That frustrates me.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Exo. All right.
Fish movie. Oscar.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because I feel like
Shape of Water. That's what it was. The Shape of Water.
It was Bernie Mac is the one that died.
Yeah, Bernie Mac. Yeah. The Bernie Mac show.
Mr. 3000.
My dad's favorite show was the Bernie Mac show. I swear.
Dude, the guy was.
It was good. The guy was hysterical. America, I got a problem. Just the whole thing. It's so funny.
His reactions of chewing the gum and his eyes just goes like what the way he looked. It was just awesome.
It was really good. He was one of my favorite ones in the Ocean movies too. His character in the Ocean movies he was like the race baity guy. He's like, man, let me tell you why the black man got it so bad in Las Vegas. I think that was the first movie. It was pretty good.
Yeah. So Bernie Mac he died of a heart attack or something.
A while ago. Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
Or mid 2000s.
Something like that.
Oh, so there is that one, and then I remember you had the Bernie Mac show that and then ended. Dude, do you know that Mr. 3000 was filmed at Miller Park, right?
I did not.
Yep, it's filmed here in Milwaukee.
My IMDb looks so weird right now. There's Isaac Gonzalez, then there's Rocky Horror live stream, and now there's Shape of Water. Somebody's gonna be like, what is he searching for?
Have a good night, Jackson.
Good night, Jackson.
You know what I learned over the weekend? My niece, she's 20. She has an account that says over 2,000 subscribers because all she does is post K-pop stuff
on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Oh wow!
And so she makes like $10
K-pop
a month.
Is big.
K-pop she makes like and she's monetized, so she makes like $10 a month.
Hey, that's more than you.
I know, right? On Twitter. Yeah.
No, that's almost all my girlfriend listens to is K-pop.
Like, yeah, they went down to Minnesota to see some a band called Cat's Eye.
I've never heard of that.
It's a brand new band. You know, it's just like so they wanted to go see it for free at the Mall of America. That's why we went. So, so I told her since you're monetized, you get to drive. Use a $10 gas.
There you
go.
Babylon B. Tulsi Gabbard finally realizes she's far too attractive to be a Democrat.
Yeah, we got Tulsi. They got
we got Tulsi and Danica Patrick. Did you see that today too?
Yeah, but she was always Republican. She hadn't announced it.
Yeah,
we traded. We basically traded crying Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney, and we got Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr.
I feel like we did a really good trade.
I think so too.
I think so.
Yeah,
By the way,
I was scrolling Twitter. Gary Frank is back on Geiger with issue 10.
Oh, nice.
But more importantly, there was a film of this guy that drove 11 miles to surprise his grandma on her late husband's birthday so she wouldn't be alone.
Oh,
that's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
well done. Not as cool, but also kind of cool if you like comic book stuff. Ed Benez kind of revisited his Justice League lineup thing for one of the new covers for the upcoming Justice League comic. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Conan the Barbarian, the one I just read. Doug Braithwaite's off the book for a while. I don't know what's going on, but Danica Brine is taking over for the ongoing series. And you'll like it. It's a new story arc with the younger. They're going for the very beginning of Conan's like his story arc. You know, basically have his when he was younger, and it's going to have Belit in it again. So, Zach, you can pick it up again.
Mm-hmm.
The Pirate Queen is back.
The Pirate Queen. I knew she wouldn't be dead. She's too good. She's too good looking.
This is a flashback. She's dead. But
I don't care. They're not keeping her dead. She's gonna watch the end of this. She's gonna come back. They're gonna resurrect her somehow.
So the artist Danica Breen, she's been doing. She's known for Chef's Kiss. It's an Omnipress book about two gay guys.
Oh.
She also did a cover for Niobe. That was the independent CG book. So, and then she also worked on Good Boy. So I don't know. Like, my biggest thing is like, Doug Braithwaite is why I've been getting Conan. Now the story, but the art has been fantastic. So you downgrade the art, like that's scary. So I wonder how people are going to drop the book because of that. But
you know what would be cool? If Ed Bennis would draw something again that allowed him to do what he does best.
If Ed Bennett, honestly, Ed Bennis would be a great fit for Conan.
No.
Yeah,
I see where you're leaning, but no.
I'd rather see him do another book that's like a Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Yeah.
Yeah, but the reason I say Ed Bennett is because Ed Bennett is known for drawing the more risque looking bodies.
Yeah,
and that's what we got with Conan.
If you could get J. Scott Campbell to come back and write or do something for Danger Girl, but have Ed Benez be the artist,
that would be.
What is
that? I was just going to say, what do you say, Zach? And you did.
That's a chef's kiss.
Yes.
So when it comes to Danger Girl and all, it's like, did you ever read the crossover with the Batman and Danger Girl?
I did not read that crossover.
It was done seriously.
Nice.
Yeah.
And not nice. Danger Girl needs to be.
Yeah, Danger Girl isn't a serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
No, it's weird. You say if J. Scott Campbell writing it, there are a few people I would rather see on art than J. Scott Campbell, but Ed Bennis is definitely one of them.
So, honestly, if they brought
in my perfect world, J. Scott Campbell can still do the cover.
If they brought back Danger Girl and say J. Scott Campbell is busy, and they got the original writer back, I would say I'd put Ed Bennis in there.
Yeah, I think Andy Hartnett, maybe.
Hartnett, I think it was, yeah. So,
yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Because honestly, wasn't that an Image book?
Yeah.
So with all the Image books coming back, why not just bring that back?
And honestly, nobody agrees with me because everybody is just blinded by Jim Lee, but Ed Bennis ended up being better. If you look at his Justice League,
love it. That was my first Justice League. Was Ed Bennis?
Yeah, it's I think he's just straight up better.
Right. Speaking of Conan, I need to watch that now that since James Earl Jones died.
Oh yeah.
You should go watch Field of Dreams. I think he's in there with another guy.
He's in the Sandlot.
Watching that, I saw that clip again online with Burt Lancaster. He plays Doc, runs to the field. They save the girl that's dying, and that he's So, I said Field of Dreams. Eric, you said you never watched that?
I've never seen it.
I think you'd like it.
Oh, I know I would. I didn't see Bull Durham for the first time until about 5 years ago.
Wow.
There's a promo ad. Oh my gosh, Twitter's hearing everything I'm saying. Twitter just decided to show me a promotional ad for Zelda on the Wii with Robin Williams and his daughter Zelda.
What's H2SH?
H2.
What's your thoughts on H2SH they're doing?
Sorry if I missed your thoughts on H2SH they are doing. H2SH. Also, MK, why not have both in a perfect world? Why not both?
Oh, Hush 2.
Hush 2. That one. Yeah.
I thought they did a Hush 2. It was during Batman Beyond. It had the girl. Hush's daughter. Yeah. No,
Hush was. I liked Hush. I thought Hush was okay. I would
want to read on the channel. So Zach, whenever you're available.
Man, let me tell you, I'm like
Mr. Unavailable.
Listen, the fact that I'm here tonight is kind of a miracle, to be honest. I'm not trying to overplay it, but
you know why? Because I had to sabotage your car.
You son of a bitch! You owe me $1,000 for that car repair.
I'll give you 33 cents. I got
33 cents. Why is it 33 cents? Did I miss a joke? Because Jay said something about 30 or 33 cents or something too. Like, what, is there a joke with 30 cents that I'm missing?
I came back to an auction. This past auction was at Friday or Saturday auction, and over at E's channel on Auto Comics.
Yeah,
and,
y'all should go check those
out.
And
Jay was talking about gonna buy something, but he's like, I should really buy. He's like, but I'll only have 33 cents left back on my chicken account. so he's gonna ask him, because I asked him that night when I popped on there, because I actually was able to jump on the live stream through my phone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that was the night you were driving back.
Yeah.
That's right. How does that work for you? But whenever I try to do it, it's garbage. That's not fair.
Because I have an iPhone.
You have iPhone?
Yeah, I think that's why.
Son of a freaking Android.
I have an iPhone 12, so
I stand up for Android all the time, and this is how it repays me. Oh well,
I kid you not though. I was like, when I'm driving to Hicktown, I'm like, started pausing a little bit there, and I was just like, "Am I still on here?" Because he likes to talk over everybody, so you don't know if you're live. You're on it. Can anybody hear me?
The oldest person in the world died in Houston at 115 years old. That is insane.
Harris needed their vote. And now they know
Dude, so speaking of Jeff Loeb, as was brought up in the chat, they're talking about Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb taking over. They're doing, I guess that's it. You're talking about Hush 2 is going to be the story arc for their Batman.
They are doing a Hush 2, yeah.
Okay, so
good man, Brian.
If you haven't been checking out, we've been reading Dark Victory on the channel here too. We just uploaded an issue, I believe it was 10. So only 3 more issues left of Dark Victory. So it's basically, if you have not read Long Halloween or Dark Victory, it's up on our channel right now. You can just click play and listen to us, whatever, or you can go read the book yourself. Because if you're not reading the Batman Last Halloween, they've released they actually released this week was a prologue, issue 0, second printing, because it's sold out, or it was gone. And then issue 1 was a couple weeks ago. So that is a very good series. Whenever Hickman says Hickdown, I always imagine Redneck Rampage, the game. I've heard of Rage. I've never heard of Redneck Rampage.
Never heard of that either.
Are you making a joke like Rampage with the lizard and the wolf and the monkey?
No, that's not Redneck Rampage. That's just called Rampage.
Glad you're enjoying it. Because I feel like no one watches that when we read those. Same with Batman and the Outsiders, which is a really good book, but those just don't get any views. I don't understand it. Doom with a redneck. Dude, sometimes it feels like that. When you get out in the boonies, because I'm like, dude, where I am up in Wisconsin, but still, it's like, it's not like I'm like in like redneck would be more down south, but shit, man, like you get lost somewhere, there are animals that will try to kill you.
That is true.
Like,
that is a fact.
I mean, and then if you go look at
sometimes people too. Sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's called. Well, at least Ed Gein. Well, Ed Gein won't. If Ed Gein was still alive, he wouldn't try to murder me. He would just wait till I die and then take my corpse. That because Ed Gein is the original where they got Jeepers Creepers from. Where they're building furniture with skin. That was Ed Gein. Those lived up here in Wisconsin. We also had Jeffrey Dahmer. And then of course we had other people like Dillinger and stuff. But not like but not really much serial killers though.
Yeah. So I don't know if Glenser's still here, and because he would know this, but
so
the over under in the Lion or in the Rams Vikings game was 48.5. It was 28-20 when the refs completely missed a face mask that resulted in a safety that pushed it to the over.
Wow.
I'm just
that's definitely going to raise some questions.
So my question is that why do we still have refs in games anymore? Fans are just great. You know what, brother? Watch minor leagues.
My question is, why did I pass up on Nightwing? I'm just looking at some panels of the new Nightwing comic. The art's actually really solid.
I read a little bit online, this Dan Waters story.
Yeah.
It's decent, but I don't want to be reminded that he has a sister in the book. So what I'm doing, and plus, for me being new to reading Nightwing comic books, I've been going back and I've been reading the Robin series, Batman Robin, and then going into a huge journey.
So in other words, you're just doing the same thing you always do, which is just go back and read the old stuff and not the current stuff.
Well yeah, I'm reading the good post-crisis stuff, bro.
I know. That's your thing, though. That's what you do.
Because wouldn't you want to start from the beginning instead of jumping into a series?
That's what I did with Flash or in Green Lantern. I just kind of jumped in at certain points. I didn't go
I was reading Silver Age Flash for a while before I jumped into Jeremy Adams stuff.
I only read Jeremy Adams.
This Nightwing is not even remotely the same character
like Chuck Dixon's
from the original Nightwing series. I said this Nightwing fights against income inequality. Has a sister that's married to a WNBA player, and it's it's all progressive agenda nonsense.
Well, see, it was with Tom Taylor. Is it still going to be under
Well,
this
if Dan Waters kept the sister,
kept the sister in the very first panel.
Most writers just would have pretended like she never
his
existed.
sister, is his sister the one that's in charge of like the Bloodhaven to PD? She's a cop.
No idea.
That's a little. I read Tom Taylor stuff.
I've not read it yet.
Wolfwing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say. I mean,
it could be
I'm
worse.
Probably not qualified to say. I'll just say this from reviews and stuff.
Brain, it could be worse. It could be like Iron Man. Take it down some woke people.
We don't work for you.
You
woke. That was funny.
Call him a woke person. Woke person.
Bitch. Then Iron Man said, "Oh, great! I can just blast you."
He's got we report you to HR.
Yeah, why?
The weirdest part of that whole thing wasn't the woke person; it was the QR code bit. That was the weird part for me. Like, I get that you're tech savvy and all, but really, QR codes, really?
Yeah, well, at least you didn't need one to read the last page, I guess. Yeah, it's not an X-Men book, but here's an idea. How about getting somebody that fucking cares about Captain America and Iron Man to write Captain America or Iron Man?
Wouldn't it be nice?
I mean, I know Maranya defends Jerry Duggan, but I think even Maranya would agree that there are plenty of better runs the farther back you go. But Captain America hasn't been done well since Brubaker.
This current writer makes Jerry Duggan look like he's like a fantastic writer.
Well, he's not a comic book writer; he's a journalist.
I know,
like the Atlantic or something. Some far left. Yeah, that's just.
I don't understand it either. But I mean, we're probably gonna wrap it up soon. So, I just thought it interesting because Wes was talking about it, and I knew it came out this week, but I was like, absolute. And I said absolute Wonder Woman. I read through that. That's a Kelly Thompson book. It was all right. It's just that I don't care to see the word yeet, whether it's used as a sound effect or anybody saying it in a Wonder Woman book. It's just weird. Especially, I mean, Wonder Woman today, like if it's not even modern Wonder Woman. It's just Wonder Woman.
But it was a baby. It was the baby though. That's the thing. It's not like full-grown Diana is on her winged Pegasus skeleton thing with the sword yelling "Yeet at demons."
She might as well at this point.
It was a baby. How do you compare a baby to a full-grown adult?
Do you know when we're going to get another good Wonder Woman series?
When
10 years from now?
No. When they let a straight white man write it, which means never again.
Isn't Tom King? Well, he's supposedly. Supposedly.
Okay, a straight white man that doesn't have mommy issues.
There you go.
You know what I learned today? Peter David did a Ghostbusters book.
That doesn't surprise me.
You read a Sam
Hain
book.
Peter David on a Ghostbusters book. I could see that.
So I learned that today. Because I was going through and I was looking at all the different Ghostbuster title stuff that we could read. Because everything you want to read for Ghostbusters, it's not available on Comixology because the rights are up in the air now. Nobody has rights to the IDW one, which it's something I hate about this, is that Comixology has books for a limited time, and unless like say Hasbro cuts ties with Transformers, or not Transformers, but cuts ties with Image Skybound, so you can't do Transformers stuff. They lose their rights. Those books are not available for you to read then because they don't, because unless Hasbro says, you know what, then we'll release some, you can do that. But I hate that the whole legality stuff. Like Archie Sonic books would be great to read through Comixology, but they're not there.
No, MK, because Marvel will never allow. Not only will they never consider making her Ms. Marvel again, they will never consider letting someone write that character that wants to give her flaws and make her anything other than the Mary Sue. I mean, they wanted Captain Marvel to be the flagship character so badly.
It's the only time you'll ever get a good Captain Marvel book.
Well, I said the Brian Reed series in 2005 to 2010 was fantastic.
Yeah.
She was great. Ms. Marvel led the Mighty Avengers, and people liked the character. It's just this new Captain Marvel is just I said Kelly Sue DeConnick, she might as well have had her crossover with Bitch Planet.
Oh, for those who are not watching the Superman and Lois CW series, they gave Superman a weakness now.
What?
And
Kryptonite?
No, because he had to fight against Doomsday.
Oh.
No, and he had to fight against Doomsday. Doomsday ripped his heart out.
Ew, gnarly.
So in order to save him, they put him in suspended animation at the fortress, and then Sam Lane used a drug or a superhero drug that's based off of Superman's blood to supercharge the heart, and because he knew he was going to die, and he has the boys use his heart to put it back into Clark's, and then so far it's been 3 weeks, and the heart isn't really working as well with his powers. So people are speculating that Superman's going to be a normal human by the end of the series, end of the season, maybe possibly, and then they finally gave Jonathan his powers. So you have 2 Superboys now with powers.
Good night, Brian.
Wah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, though, but like I said, it's a very fun show. Lex Luthor is very intimidating in this too. It's Abraham from The Walking Dead. So, anyway, that's it for the night. And there is no cover ranking on Thursdays, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna schedule some readings, and then see you on You got a whole weekend full of readings. So, all right, guys.
Right, later.
Good night, kids.
Remember, click like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Leave a Ko-Fi if you want to help out the channel. You can help the channel also by sharing out the link when we go live, or just letting your friends. Hey, you guys like people just talking about comic books? Here you go. So we are a drama-free channel, unless it's staged,
like wrestling.
You take that back.
Never.
Wait till I yeet you, bro.
Yeet me, bro. I'm here.
It's like K. Yeet me. I'm thinking of Tommy Jones, the buggy saying yeet.
I'm looking for the exit.
The exit's here. Go towards the light, old man.
It took me a minute, but I got that. I got the reference.